This house is for trade and I will be showing it in the video, and I am looking for a neon harp seal for it, so if you have that, please trade me if you're looking for an asylum house. Thank you. Hi guys, this is a new series I'm starting called Storytime Tuesday, where I tell you stories about my life because oh my god, it is chaotic. I hope it's every Tuesday. It might not be every Tuesday because then again, I do have to go back to in-person school after summer and everything, and I also do have like some doctor's appointments in the future that I don't know what day they're on yet, so like there's also that. But we're just gonna hope that it's gonna be every Tuesday. So today's story time is about the time that I almost got sepsis. So little context for this, I've had series of UTIs because, people have done, let's just say, unconsentful things to me. And a little fun fact about UTIs, if you have them multiple times, you are more vulnerable to them, meaning you can get them way more often. I've had, a lot. I don't know the exact count. So I was like feeling really ill, which isn't really uncommon for me because I have an unknown chronic illness, which that's kind of fun. No, it's not. I'm being sarcastic. So I like it wasn't anything out of the normal. I was like, oh, maybe it's just worse because seasonal allergies. But and I asked my dad about it. He's like, it is not seasonal allergy time. I'm like, oh, okay. And I started having really bad, like, body aches, chills. I was either super hot or super cold, or both at the same time. I don't know how that works, don't ask me. So I take my temperature, finally, because my mom's like, did you take your temperature today? No. And then she makes me take my temperature, and it was at, like, 90 something, like it was at 99, which is just a small fever, so it's like not anything really worrisome. So she's like, okay, take some of this and it'll help your fever go down. I think it's ibuprofen. No, it was Tylenol. If you take Tylenol, your fever is supposed to go down. And it worked for a little bit, and then I started to feel really bad again. So I take my temperature again, and this time it's at 101 degrees. So now my mom is getting worried because it wasn't as bad before and now it's worse. So I just go lay down. I'm like, I'm just gonna go sleep. I did not sleep at all. I was in horrible condition. I was shaking. My body hurt. Everything just felt horrible. And the next day, because I got like 2 hours of sleep. So the next day after that, I just stay in bed the whole day. I only get up to go to the bathroom, and even then I cannot walk. Like, I was using the wall for support because I don't want my mom to help me to the bathroom because no. And I go to sleep because all I did was stay in bed and play Adopt Me. That's literally it. So when I'm trying to sleep in the dead of night, I had this seizure-like thing. My body was spazzing. I couldn't move. I was like almost whimpering in pain. No, it wasn't even. It was like almost wailing in pain, but I literally couldn't because of how badly my body was spazzing. And so I tell my mom this the next day because I'm like, I think I had a seizure, which I didn't know that having a seizure meant you couldn't remember it. So she's like, did you remember it? Yes, mother, I remember the thing I was telling you about. Like, I was like, can we use common sense, please? Because I was already annoyed. And she's like, okay, so it wasn't a seizure. I'm like, okay, what was it? And she said, I don't know. I'm like, oh, okay. And for some reason, we decide to wait another day to go to the hospital because my fever's just getting worse. I take Tylenol, it gets better, and then it raises again. And by the end of this, I had a fever of 103 degrees, which I was gonna make a funny TikTok post about it with the song Hot Blooded, but I couldn't find it, and I was very sad about it. So we go to the hospital the next day. I slept in my mom's bed because I was really scared that spazzing like thing was gonna happen again. So I was like, I'm just gonna sleep in your bed. She kicked me in her sleep. she has sleep apnea, so it sounded like she was being possessed, which it always does when she has sleep apnea. And I'm listening to sounds of her being possessed. I'm getting kicked. I can't sleep. And then I get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. She's like, where are you going? I'm like, the bathroom. And she goes, oh, okay. And then when I get back, we take my temperature because I'm like, oh, I feel better. And it was not better at all. And we go to the hospital at 5 o'clock in the morning, and my dad's there. He came. My memory is very hazy from that, but while we were waiting for my dad to get there, my mom goes, I don't feel good either, and at this time I didn't know it was a UTI, so I'm like, oh, did I give her something? I'm like, oh, what's wrong? And she goes, I'm really tired. So I have a fever of 103 degrees, and I'm like on my deathbed, basically. And she goes, it's okay, I don't feel good either. I'm really tired. I'm like, okay, Mom. And then finally, my dad arrives, ending the awkward silence. And then the doctor comes in and he's like, okay, the first time it was like a girl, a woman doctor, and she's like, okay, any history of this? Are you abusing drugs or alcohol? Are you active? Are you smoking? I'm like, no, to all of them. And she goes, okay, what's your religion in case we need to bring a priest in? And I was like, I don't know. So my mom's just like, I guess Christian, which I'm not a Christian, but whatever. And I asked my dad, like, why are they asking that? And he's like, oh, they usually ask people that when they're about to die. I'm sorry, huh? What? Which, I'm glad I didn't die. But I was super worried. I'm like, what do you mean? Why are you asking me this? And then so the doctor comes in and he's like, oh, we need a urine sample to test for a UTI since you've had a series of them. I'm like, okay, cool. So I get the urine sample, I give it to him. And then my mom and dad get an update on my chart, and my dad just goes, congratulations, you're not pregnant. I'm like, yeah, I knew that. I don't leave the house, father. And he's like, they did a pregnancy test on you. I'm like, why? Because, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this was a day before my 13th birthday. So I'm like, why did they do a pregnancy test on me? And my mom goes, they automatically do that when you turn 13. I wasn't 13 yet. I was 12. I was legally 12, which means they could not legally do that without my parents' consent. And they did it anyway without telling either of us. So technically that was illegal. But yeah, anyways. So he comes back and he's like, yeah, it's a UTI, and if you waited any longer, it would have turned into sepsis. I'm like, oh. And fun fact, my mom had sepsis like 2 years prior to this. So I was like, oh, that's why she was like, hey, I need you to check my temperature when she was like really sick. So, they gave me this medication through my IV. I forgot what it was called, but it's used to treat STDs like gonorrhea and stuff. And my mom was so excited at this fact, I kid you not, because she's like, they gave us the name of it. I think it started with an R, and then he leaves, and my mom's like, ooh, I think that's used to treat like gonorrhea and stuff, and she looks it up, and she's like, oh, it is? That's so cool. And she's like geeking out over it. I'm like, mother, please, while I'm like on my deathbed, I'm like, Mom, please, please just let me rest. So they come in and they give it to me through my IV with a like syringe type thing, and it made my arm super sore. Which my mom said, I thought she said, like, oh, they mix it with a drug that makes your arm not sore, which, I think she did, but I think she got it wrong, which it's fine. It's not like she's using this every day. It's easy to get that wrong, but it hurt super bad. I couldn't move my arm. I literally could not move my arm. I couldn't move my arm. I couldn't use my phone to text my friends or my family and be like, hey, I'm not dead. So, like, I literally couldn't do anything. And then when we got home, I literally just went to my room and fell on my bed, and I slept for, like, I think I slept for 10 to 12 hours. I was so exhausted. So I spent my 13th birthday with my mom and stepdad. Me and my mom got Steak and Shake, and we just watched TV shows for the rest of the day, which was really nice. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm probably going to keep making more content like this, especially Adopt Me content. Again, if you have a Neon Harp Seal and you want an Asylum build, please let me know. I'm really happy to trade that to you for the Neon Harp Seal. Bye guys.